Ever wonder why people walk away from the ones they love? It's a question that tugs at the heartstrings, isn't it? We're often left baffled, trying to make sense of why love sometimes just isn't enough. But as complex as emotions are, they're not entirely unfathomable. We're about to embark on a fascinating journey, exploring 7 possible reasons why someone might choose to say goodbye to a person they hold dear. Intrigued? Good. Let's delve into 7 reasons why people might choose to leave their loved ones. Reason 1: incompatibility. It's a word that rings familiar in the realm of failed relationships. You see, love isn't always enough to keep a bond intact. Sometimes it's the tangible elements like shared values, common interests, and aligned life goals that truly hold the fort. Let's take a stroll down a hypothetical lane. Picture a couple, one dreams of a bustling city life while the other yearns for tranquil countryside living. Or imagine partners who differ in their perception of family. One envisions a house full of kids, the other cherishes solitude. These aren't trivial disagreements, they are fundamental life choices that shape our happiness. When such disparities surface, the relationship can feel like a tug of war, each pulling in opposite directions. And though compromise is key, there comes a point when the differences are too vast to bridge. When the puzzle pieces don't fit, some choose to find a more suitable match. Scene script. Reason 2: fear of commitment. Imagine this. You're standing at the edge of a cliff, and the only way forward is to jump. That's how commitment can feel to some people. It's not that they don't love their partners, but the thought of a long-term commitment, the thought of forever, can be terrifying. They fear losing their independence, their ability to make decisions solely for themselves. Consider John, a free-spirited artist. He loved his girlfriend, but the idea of settling down, of potentially giving up his freedom to travel and create whenever he wanted, made him panic. He feared feeling trapped, confined by the expectations and responsibilities that come with a serious commitment. Or take Sarah, a career-driven woman who feared that a committed relationship might hinder her professional growth. She was scared of the compromises she might have to make, of the dreams she might have to set aside. Fear can be a powerful motivator driving people away from love. Reason 3: lack of emotional satisfaction. This plays a significant role in why people leave the ones they love. Just like our bodies need food and water to thrive, our hearts need emotional nourishment. Being in a relationship where this need is consistently unaddressed can lead to feelings of emptiness and loneliness, even when you're not alone. Consider this scenario. Your partner is always there for you physically, but emotionally, it feels like they're miles away. They never seem to understand your feelings, or worse yet, they dismiss them as unimportant. You try to communicate your needs, but it's like talking to a brick wall. Sounds familiar? This is a classic example of emotional neglect. Or perhaps you constantly feel like you're walking on eggshells around your partner, afraid to express your true feelings out of fear of their reaction. This is not only emotionally draining but also detrimental to your self-esteem. In both these situations, there's a common thread, a deep-seated feeling of being emotionally misunderstood or neglected. And when this happens, it's not uncommon for the neglected party to seek emotional fulfillment elsewhere. This could be in the form of a new relationship or through hobbies, work, or friendships that provide the emotional sustenance they're not getting at home. Remember, emotional satisfaction is not a luxury in a relationship. It's a necessity. When emotional needs go unmet, people often seek fulfillment elsewhere. Scene script. Reason 4: personal growth. Picture this. You're on a journey, a quest of self-discovery and personal development. Along the way, you meet someone special. You fall in love, and for a while your paths align wonderfully. You're growing, evolving, and blossoming together. It's a beautiful shared journey of love and growth. But as time passes, you might notice a shift. Perhaps you start to crave different experiences, or your passions take you in separate directions. It's not that the love has faded, but your personal growth has led you to diverge from the path you once shared. Consider the example of a couple who met in college. Initially, they shared the same dreams, the same ambitions. But as they graduated and started their careers, their individual goals began to diverge. One wanted to travel and explore the world, while the other preferred to settle down and start a family. Their paths, once so intertwined, began to separate. And this is not necessarily a bad thing. It's a testament to the fluidity of human nature, our capacity to change, adapt, and grow. It's a reflection of our individual journeys, which are as unique as we are. You see, personal growth is not just about becoming a better version of ourselves, but also about understanding and embracing our unique path in life. And sometimes, that path may lead us away from the one we love. Sometimes love isn't enough when personal growth calls for a different direction. Scene script. Reason 5. Unresolved conflicts. Love is a beautiful journey, but like any journey, it can experience bumps along the way. These bumps are often disagreements or conflicts that arise as two individuals learn to navigate life together. When these conflicts are addressed and resolved, they can lead to deeper understanding and stronger bonds. However, when they remain unresolved, they can cause deep-seated resentment that can chip away at the foundation of a relationship. Picture this: two individuals, deeply in love, but with starkly different views on finances. One believes in saving for the rainy day, while the other is a firm believer in living in the moment. They argue about it constantly, but never really reach a resolution. Over time, these disagreements start to pile up. The lack of resolution breeds resentment, and resentment, when left unchecked, can lead to animosity. The love that once was, now buried under layers of unresolved conflicts. Or consider a couple that constantly clashes over their approach to parenting. One is strict and believes in discipline, while the other is lenient, favoring a more nurturing approach. They argue, but never find common ground. The tension escalates, leading to a chasm that continues to widen. The love that once held them together is now overshadowed by their unresolved conflicts. The bottom line is, when conflicts pile up without resolution, love can get lost in the rubble. Scene script. Reason 6. External influence. It's a fact of life that we don't exist in a bubble. Our decisions, as much as we'd like to believe they're solely our own, are often influenced by the people and world around us. This holds true for relationships too. Let's consider a common scenario. You found someone you genuinely connect with. You share laughter, dreams, and even the occasional ice cream sundae. But your family doesn't approve. Perhaps they have different expectations, or maybe they simply don't see what you see. Their disapproval, voiced or unvoiced, starts to seep into your thoughts. Questions you never entertained before start to emerge. Doubts begin to form. Or maybe it's your circle of friends. They might have different views on what a perfect match looks like. Their opinions, though well-meaning, can plant seeds of uncertainty. You start to wonder if you're settling, or if you're missing out on something better. Then there's the societal pressure. The world has a way of dictating norms. What a relationship should look like, when it should happen, who should be in it. These norms can sometimes be so overpowering they overshadow our own feelings. And that's the tricky part about external influence. It can subtly sway our personal decisions until we're not sure where our thoughts end and others begin. Sometimes the voices around us drown out the voice of love. Scene script. Reason 7. Infidelity. A heartbreaking reality for many, betrayal in a relationship can cause someone to leave their loved one. Infidelity is more than just a physical act. It's an emotional wound that leaves a lasting scar. Let's take a look at some examples. Imagine a loving couple, seemingly perfect in every way. However, one partner finds comfort in the arms of another. This secret act, once discovered, shatters the illusion of their perfect relationship. The trust, the faith, the love, all gone in an instant. Or consider a long-distance relationship. The physical distance becomes too much for one partner, leading them to seek companionship elsewhere. When the truth comes out, it's not just the distance that separates them, but a profound sense of betrayal. Infidelity is a destructive force that can tear apart even the most resilient of relationships. Trust, once broken, can shatter the strongest of loves. So, we've journeyed through the 7 reasons why people might leave the ones they love. We've looked at incompatibility and the fear of commitment, the lack of emotional satisfaction, and the need for personal growth. We've delved into the impact of unresolved conflicts and external influences and broached the sensitive subject of infidelity. Each of these reasons, complex and multifaceted, play their part in the intricate dance of love and relationships. Remember, understanding these reasons isn't about finding blame, but about gaining insight into the complexities of love and relationships.